Hey everybody. Hey everybody. How's it going? We'll get this loaded here. We'll just do the usual checks. We'll make sure we go live. So the connection's good. We'll just check our volume. We'll click on this here. Do the usual checks. We'll make sure we go live. Yep, sounds good. Alright. Sorry about coming in a couple of minutes late here. Just a little sweaty. We did some rock climbing. And just, yeah, it's raining and stuff like that. And so it was a rough adventure. We got back in time. We'll be pulling this up. Except my friends are visiting from out of town. And we're working on a map together. He has disappeared. I think he will be showering and things like that still. So I might be going in a little solo here. I'll try to think of things to help him out. Let's see here. Last time we finished off when we were working on the Friends game, we had the zombies that spawn at night. There we go. Maybe we need to do some damage and attack animations. But for that, we have this here. We're going to open this up. We're going to go and look for smart AI, I believe. Ooh, I got to create a project. That might take a sec. It hasn't loaded. I have so many files and stuff. It's all on an external hard drive, and it's pretty massive. So sometimes it takes a while to kick in. But the smart AI will have just a template of doing AI in a more proficient multiplayer manner, as well as so replication, as well will have different attacking and things like that in it out of the box, and different also wave systems and stuff like that we could look at. But for now, we can continue on keeping things simple. So we can it's just loading up still here. We can also just search AI in general. We have something like this pro spawner all in there. That's just for spawning. Okay, weapons. Open world spawning. That's another spawner. AI companion. That's for dogs and follow allies. Not really good. That's another advanced spawn system. I should have another spawn system that's like these guys here. No. So when this actually shows my kilobyte size, I can actually grab that. For now, we can keep it simple. What were we working on here? Farm door, farmhouse. We got our basic interactions in. We can interact with props. We'll open up that level first. Finding home, levels, gameplay level, and it was our homestead level. This is the first version of the whoa. What is this? Base I loaded actor. We'll clear these. I think that's just a loading thing. Something loaded before the other things loaded. So we'll hit play. I'm gonna fall from the sky and break my ankles. Blah! And I died. Alright, there we go. So like I thought, everything works. Ooh, we want to take out this tree here. I want to keep this nice and clean for the player. So we want to go to foliage. We want to go to single or select actually. Click this. We're just going to hit delete. There we go. Go back to select mode. There we go. This foliage here. And like I said, we have this spawning these zombies at night. The zombies broke in the fence, and they are coming in to get us. Alright, we have this big area for the person to slowly build out their kind of home. They can hide up into here. We can open the doors. We can now interact with this desk to get more ammo. We don't have any visuals for that. This is just all test stuff here now. We got a little stairwell. We still got to build our roof and stuff here. Our second floor. But a lot of that stuff I could do off screen. When I was working on this with Fred, I didn't really have a huge big plan for when we were working on this together. So what we are going to do, AI. Yeah, I guess the first things first is making things more fun. So we gotta be able to take damage. So we'll check the AI. We click on our spawner. We see we're doing this base zombie. Browse into asset. We got this base zombie here. Super base, super zombie like. On hit, dead. So the first thing we want to do is we want to add a health to them. Health. Health will be, well, the damage they receive is of type float, so health will be a float. Right. We'll create a method. We'll call this delt damaged. Because we are damaged, and when we are dealing damage, we say dealt damage or something. So we are damaged, and we will go back to the event graph, and we'll take this out for now. Hit cut. Or Control Z, we will cut this, and we'll do dealt damage. Dealt damage, what it will take is it will take a float. But again, that float, that damage is what we're receiving on the other end anyway. So we want to know what that damage is. So you're printing this off. Right. Health will set to 100 for now. That's something simple. And we will hit a set for this health, and we will get this health. And so we'll get a minus. So health minus, subtract damage. Equals the new health that we're setting. There we go. If this health is less than or equal to, or sorry, that's greater than, less than, or equal, so it's less than or equal to 0, we'll come up with the branch here. Then we want our guy to die. If it's true, he's dead. Else, he keeps roaming on. And this is where we could do something like print screen, do flinch animation. We could try to go to content, so this is all content. We could even actually just go to all content, and we could filter by animations. We'd actually just do an animation sequence. We got chickens. We got Jess has a bunch of stuff. The zombie has a bunch of stuff. React loop. Can we see what's in this loop? No. Just kind of like a weird hand. Attack, death hit, fall back. Looks like there's a bunch of zombie movements there. There's some different walks, some turns, some stand twos. On reach, on fire. Let's see this here. Ah, looks like it's a death animation. Again, this is a hit death. Bunch of different deaths there. Bunch of different crawls there. More chase, more attacks. Third person stuff. Hit, block, sprint, slide. Really? Melee, minigun. We're looking for just a hit reaction. You know what I mean? Like you take a hit in your shoulder or something like that, like a flinch. Jose. Fools. These are a bunch of metahuman stuff, so it's pretty much like locomotion. Yeah, maybe I'm missing it. I'm gonna put hit. It's death hit, death hit, death hit, hit react. Hyper locomotion. The only thing is they have a gun here. Additive hit react. This is MP3. This is kind of what we're looking for here. Let's see these. Okay. There, that one's good. These are good. These are good. I like number 2 the best. We have to make sure they're sharing skeletons, though. So we go to this guy here, we go to our skeleton, and we have all these, assets. But we're gonna have to go to our AI. Well, there's a lot of stuff we have opened here. Do we have our AI open? Base AI open. Our base mesh here. Let's Quinn. Parent mesh. We will go here. And if we look at these pelvic spline and everything, look at these. Oh well, this one has slots and stuff, but they are both the Unreal mannequin is what I was going to say. They both have the third person Unreal mannequin. So what we wanted to do is go to add, and we're going to browse this guy, and we're going to slot him in there, and here we're going to go to add. We're going to browse this guy. We're going to add him in there, just like that. And we're going to save this guy and save this guy. Sharing is caring. So now we should be able to go to our zombie here and do we should almost do hit number 2. I'll just browse to asset, I guess. We will make UE4 many, UE5 many, UE5 many, UE4 many. Just see this retargeter, 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 That's UE4 mini, UE5 mini. We don't want that. So we're going to just go to create a montage. We'll say, we call it hit react montage. Maybe just do M for montage, keep it nice and short. Save that. We're gonna go play animation for the parent. See how that goes. Do flinch. Hit. React. Hit. Hit react. Is hit front? We got a lot of animations that are here. We'll try this, but I think we need to do the montage. There we go. So now we should shoot this guy, and he will do that. And we're just gonna click this, and yeah, damage. And we'll break this out actually. Damage. 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 We can just delete this. Because it can only take in one damage. So, we have to have 3 separate instances for this. Alright. The other thing we want to do is track when we are hitting the player. So, move to actor, do once, move 2 months. If chase, just really see what this is returning. I see. So one of the things here, we don't want to do this on a tick. We already should have this somewhere else where we're doing this on a timer. I think this is with our shooter. Farmhouse, no. Probably close our farmhouse door. We don't need that. This is our farmhouse itself. Probably won't be working on that right now. We close that. Our settlement character. We take it off of our base shooter, so we close the base shooter for now. AI, pistol we might be looking into, interaction we might be looking into, side table. We have that. Base AI, we're looking at the characters. We can get rid of these skeletons now because we have our animations. And what I am looking for is our day-night cycle from our actual level blueprint, I believe. Let's open this up. Level blueprint. Check time of day. So we're doing something like this. Set timer for every second. We're going to do time of day. And then it's going to check every second. We're going to do something like that. So we're going to hit copy. We're going to go to our zombie. And hit paste. And we'll call this AI move, or call it base zombie move, just so we get a general idea of how this goes. Bring this down. Bring this down. We're going to copy this. We're going to make a new function and we'll paste it in there. Base zombie move. Go back to your event graph. So on base zombie move, we want to make a timer for that, just so we have it. So if we need to edit how often this fires, or if we need to stop firing it, base zombie move, or zombie moving timer. So every second the zombie is going to have an ability to move or think or do something. This is in code. Now normally we're going to go see when we get the other version in, hopefully for Tuesday. We use something called a behavior tree, which is supposed to be more efficient. So do once. I don't know if I want to do it this way. Either way, we're going to get and save the last position. As long as it's not 0-0. With 0 tolerance. Don't even think we're going to do that. So that should always be true. That's a weird check. It's going to do once. We can have this custom event, sure. So we could do this. We could save this here. So we're going to copy just in case paste this here. Promote to variable. We'll call this last position. So we just have the last position saved just in case. So if so now we could just get rid of this. You know, we're done with that. I had this do once thing. I don't know about that. So if it's not in chase, it's just going to move randomly. I see. So this is only really good for players or characters. So we should be able to copy this, go into base zombie move. Oh, can't be copied. Move to actual location can't be in a method. It can be. Okay. Not too sure why I didn't copy over. What's it? To location or actor. So we're gonna move to actor. So we're gonna get game state player get player array for each player. Get actual location. Get point distance to line. Get Let's get nearest actor. Do that actually, so it's going to go through the array of players, get nearest actor, get location, and move to it. Tolerance is 250. Oh, cannot pass read-only variable to reference parameter. We could just like get this here and try it ourselves. Let's close that. Something I was looking for. So, yeah, what we would be doing is exactly this here. So we'd be looping through the player location. So for each player, we're going to get actor's location, or do minus, and we're going to get our last known location, or get vector length of that. And again, if that is greater than, or sorry, less than, and we just check to make sure that the index is not equal to 0, I guess. Oh, only for if it equals to 0. Is equal to 0. We'll do a branch. Will make sense if this is the first element of the list of players. Then we're going to get our last known location, subtract it, and we're going to make a local variable and call it local nearest length and we're going to set this. And we're also going to set the nearest actor. So we're going to get this and we're going to promote this to local variable. Nearest actor. Closest actor. Players type. So this is a list of player states. Closest player state. This is all list of player states. Get players. Get player array. So we'll have the player state should have an actual location either way. We want to bring this down here. We can make it a little bit neater. Bring it up here. And like this, if it's false, could bring this in a little bit. And you could bring this out. Do another branch. Here. Yeah. We can move this here. Might have to bring this down. Again, so yeah, if it's false, they just tighten this up here, tighten it all the way to here. Yes, if it's false, if it's true, we're going to reset that there. If it's false, we're not going to do anything. We're going to bring this here. base zombie move. So we don't need this anymore. We'll get this. Get actor location. Plug it in there. That's what we would normally do. We're just going to confirm that this works. So, see if we can get the zombies moving. We're going to do a base move, which is going to check the last known position. It's going to go through all the players. And then once it's gone through all the players, checking the last, whatever the greatest, the closest is, it's going to move to that player's location. That is a move, base zombie move. So on the timer, it's going to do base zombie move. We're not even doing this move to anymore. We're not even touching this at all. And so if our zombies are moving, we know things are working. So let's hit play. Sorry about that quietness. See if we can get our guys to move to us. Oh, right, we're doing the nighttime thing again. Do we actually, and we set it back to the day. So let's do that. For testing purposes, we would go back to checking out the night, which we need lighting, sky. Oh, it is already set to 7. There we go. Just a little bit quicker. Save everything. We want to see if our zombies move. Should be picking up the closest player, which will be me. It should be trying to move to me, and we're no longer. Should still be spawning the zombies here at nighttime. I think we just took away the print strings. Oh, it's nighttime. We don't. I think for testing purposes, we might have reduced the zombie spawn to like 2. I think it's just not like they're always going to spawn near me. So let's just see what's going on here with the spawner. Our AI is to spawn 0. Wave systems not initiated. We do have the base zombie cast 5 and 5. We're going into the homestead class. Time of day. We check the time of day. Print string is no longer connected. Spawn time of day. We might need to hook up this if it's greater than equal to true. We are going to spawn the time of day. we will do another print string. But I don't think we need it right now, actually. Number of AIs to spawn, and we will do 10. No, we'll do like 20. Why not? 20 AI to spawn. Set the waves to 0 using the wave system, and we're going to start a wave. Save this, and we'll see. Now with like 20 AI, so again, it could have spawned at any one of the spawn locations. So we could have got 2 AIs, but they actually spawned really far away, and that way we didn't actually see them. I don't like that I'm not getting a printout. It's only printed out once when it's true. And this is the time of day. Let's fix that. Let's actually if spawn, let's just do all the time. Throw this guy back here. So just always give us the time of day. We will use this guy right here, I believe. So if it is greater than 1800, and we know that it's going to be spawning the enemy. Print hello! And we'll go check this out. It's not saying hello, and that's where we run into a problem. Interesting. What's happening here? If spawn time of day is false, should be false by default. Set it to true. Do this. Pretty just print string. This should be false by default here. It's only going to be true after it's false, and it is oh, that's a logic error. I want to do this after. My bad. It's a logic error. I'll just have a logic error here. So every second of the day, I want to be checking the time right now, but I don't need to be checking the time really. I am just checking the time just to see what was going on. But I was setting it to true, but I really want to be setting it to true after that. This should be just going straight through. So, check the time of the day. Spawn of day. If it hasn't spawn of the day. If it hasn't spawned that day, and it is greater than 1800, we're gonna set that to true, and we're gonna spawn stuff. If it's not, we're gonna check if it's less than 400. So less than the morning time, and we're gonna set it to.
So if it's false, it goes to the second condition.
Yeah, false. Because it won't be less than 400 and greater than 1800, so it's only going to get set to false in the morning.
Okay.
That logic right?
I think so. Can I see it one more time? Go to the start though. So you have spot of day and you have time of day. So if time of day is
Greater than 1800, which is 6 p.m.
okay. So if it's after 6 p.m., then that condition is checked. But that if you scroll up at the top there, what's the in development only part there? This is just a string. Okay, so that
Just
comes back
it's just
down.
saying hello. I gotta cut that one out actually, so I'll just do this.
Okay, and then it's true, and then when you get to that branch there, so if the spawn is true, then it checks if it checks the condition only if it's after 6 p.m. and if that is true, then it sets spawn of day. That's right, to true.
Yeah.
And then that also actually sets number of AI spawn up, so it actually spawns something.
So yeah.
Okay.
So if
Isn't that
if the spawn of the day is false, so it's
Oh.
never spawned to anything the day, because it's false. If the spawn of the day is false, and let me see here.
Wait, that doesn't make sense though. So spawn of the day means that so it's only true after something spawned. Is that right?
Yeah, the idea is you're gonna have one night spawn.
Okay.
That's it. One wave of spawns
Okay.
per night.
Okay.
So I wanted to make sure it checks if a wave of spawn has been fired.
Mm-hmm.
So has a wave for this day specifically been fired?
And after
And
it
so-
fires, it sets spawn of day to true. Then
Yes.
If that's the case, then you only want to be spawning if it's false. The very beginning, instead
Yeah.
of checking true, it should check false. So it should say spawn of day if false.
Yes, it's just so we break this like that.
There you go.
So I was gonna have another logic check. So if false, so
Then
because it
will
starts
spawn
off.
and then it should set it to true.
Yeah, it'll set it to true.
Done.
Now I'll only set it back to false if it's back to the morning of the next day.
So if it's before 1400 hours, then it goes
400 hours. So that's like 4 a.m.
Sorry. So 400 hours. And now it needs a different condition though. It also needs spawn to be false. It won't make it there. Or is that no? It needs it needs after 6 to be false. Okay, so it will make it there. And then what's the actual C branch condition though?
Oh wait, no, you're right. It will never make it there because after it spawns, spawn is true, right?
Yeah,
So I need to move this one branch over, maybe.
I'm not sure how this works exactly. Sorry, I'm trying my best to follow it. I don't know how it gets there exactly. Okay, so what's that branch though? That's the time of day condition. But what? This is what I don't understand though.
What?
So time of day is coming up to a C branch. What's this condition here? What are you checking true or false here?
Here?
Yeah.
Let's see if this is
Oh, it's just
true or
spawn of
false.
day. Okay, so if it's true, so if it's true, then it comes down and it might set it to false if it's before 4 p.m. Okay, that does make sense. You got it. Okay. I think that's it. I think it'll work.
Right here?
Can you
Alright.
speed up the days and test it?
Yeah, I put it to like 1795, which is like
Okay,
right
nice.
before. So we'll hit play here. So, and I have it printing. That's one thing I have it printing. So once we get to 1800,
What's the time?
yeah,
You should have a spawn.
now. So we got the wave symbol.
How come your enemies list always says 0 though? You don't count that yet?
Yeah, this
I
is
see
wave
a
1.
couple guys there, unless I'm wrong. You see 2 out there? 3?
Yeah. And so they should be targeting me. And this is what we
Well, hold
had
on.
just.
How come so many are spawning though?
I put like 20, right? We put 20.
Oh, you spawn 20 at a time if it hits 6 p.m. and you haven't spawned anything yet.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. You should set the number of enemies left to the actual number of enemies, and then you'll be able to check what's going on better.
Number of enemies left should be in UI. Should be the waves here. Get wave spawner, if true. We'll go to the event graph.
This is the kind of thing I don't know how to get, but I'm guessing you want
so-
the length of the zombie array basically, or the zombie.
Every
list.
tick of the computer CPU. So again, we would want to switch this to be on a timer.
Mhm.
So just like we are doing here, set a function by timer. So maybe every 1 second we do it instead of every like single tick of the computer,
So
right?
every ticket's gonna update itself.
Yeah, this was the HUD here. Every tick, it's going to check if there's no spawners, which we have spawners, right? So this will be, wait, no spawners is false. So I guess if we said there's no spawners, like forced it, say, hey, there's no spawners, it would be true, and then they'll be due. Or if the spawners removed or something like that, there'll be no spawners, so it's not going to do anything. If no spawners equals false, so there is spawners,
This is just to update the number?
it's going to refresh the UI.
No
All of the
spawners.
UI.
What does no spawners mean though?
That there's no spawners, I'm guessing.
Oh, so literally there's no chance of any enemies spawning at all.
Yeah.
Okay.
That it's going to end. If it's true, there's no spawners, then nothing's going to happen. If it's false, those spawners is false, which again, I hate these double negatives. I mean, it's true
I get
that,
that. Okay.
it's going to refresh the UI. The UI is first going to say, hey, wave spawner,
Actually,
what is the number of
second.
AI to
So
spawn?
you're calling a refresh argument up there?
It's like a method.
Refresh. Okay, and then that target is managed. Okay, cool.
And this actually calls the red box down there.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so this refreshes. It's like it's an event. It's saying, hey, on refresh, I'm gonna do a sequence of things. First, I'm gonna check. I'm gonna do. This is the do first.
Then 0. Okay.
Then 0. So the first thing is seeing if the number of AIs to spawn is greater than 0. 0, right? If that's true, are all the AI dead? If that's true, it's going to go to the next wave. If not, it's going to get delay for the next.
This feels like a lot though. Can't you just grab the number of enemies? You know what I mean? Feels like it's doing like a ton here, but if you just branched off and said refresh, set text to number of enemies, wouldn't that do the same thing? So that method could be more useful if you wanted to put something that's not a number in there. If you didn't want to put 0, if you wanted to put all clear or something like that, you could figure it out with if statements and then put it in. But I think all you really want to do for this particular UI here is just update it with a number. The length of the zombies, right? The number of zombies that are not dead is the idea. However you would get that number. It feels like a lot and then nothing's at the end though.
I think that's actually here. So what you can do in the designer here, you could actually set a get statement.
Okay.
Get XAI left. And we have a value, I'm guessing. And so you can go to function. You can search it. We're going to go to the function.
So this is the actual one.
Yeah, it says, so it's going to say
Yeah.
all AI alive, enemy 0.
Wait, was the 0 at the end?
ALF 0. What is that?
No. Sorry. Get all alive enemies.
Yeah.
And it's going to have enemies left. It's just, it's a pending, so it's taking the first string and pending the second one.
Okay.
And using this total string to put it out to the output string, which is
So the
this
second
here.
one's just 0?
It should be 0 because we are spawning enemy.
But I think what I saw there in that method is just literally the number 0.
Where did we see that again?
You actually found the function you were talking about, just the one-liner this guy.
This guy? Where did you see 0?
Isn't this just adding 0?
This is just adding 0 right now,
Oh.
but that's what I was thinking. I'm like, this is
okay.
adding 0. So what we
So
could
that
do
just- that
here,
number
we
there just needs
could
to be
just
the-
do print string to see what if. Right now it is adding 0, but it shouldn't be adding 0.
Yeah, to be actually
Wave spotter, base AI spotter. We just gotta sometimes because this is base AI spotter. So we can go here. We can hit play. So it is printing. It's just printing 0, 0,
what's that one in
0.
between? That's a different thing. That's the time.
Yeah, it's the time.
Yeah. You don't want it to print 0s. You want it to print the actual time's hard to see, but I guess they're going to spawn soon. But you want it to print not 0, but the number of enemies left, right?
Yeah.
How do you get that? You know?
Well, it should be getting it, but we can see that there's an enemy there,
So
So it's getting our spawner.
So let me say it one more time. But what I see here is that you're literally adding the number 0, but not checking the zombies at all, right? Where does it actually add the number of zombies to the text? It just doesn't do that, right?
This right here. It's
Yeah.
getting the spawner,
Right, wave spawner target.
and then it's getting all alive AI, And that's it. So it's getting all the alive AI from the spawner.
Can you check where all alive AI is? Is that another function or something?
All alive AI is getting it from the spawner, and the spawner is it's an entire class called F.
Can we look at all alive AI? Maybe that's where the problem is then. It's got to be one level.
So this is the spawner here because
Yeah.
there's spawn points and there's the actual spawner class.
Okay.
The spawner class is what we're looking at here.
spawn AI.
And so all alive AI is here. We could see by right clicking and saying find reference
Yeah.
where we're setting it.
Ooh.
So it's set to 0
Do you
here.
want to get all AI alive? Is that a different thing? Or is it the same thing we're doing? Does it have to say get out all AI alive?
No, this is just a public variable with the
Okay.
I. So it's just anybody who
Okay.
has it could see what it has.
So all AI alive is actually just it's a property of the spawner. Which,
Yeah.
Which is it? Okay, so it's changing here because of the set function, basically.
Yeah, we are.
Check AI alive, all AI alive, 0. Okay.
We're adding whatever is alive here.
Can we print the actual value from here? I think it's still gonna be 0 though. Something's probably going wrong when adding.
It shouldn't be going wrong here. I think. UI. Just wanted to make sure that if we're getting the spawner, base UI, base A spawner, it's getting the first spawner. And this is if it's not valid, it would set to nothing. We just make sure our spawner is valid, but it should be. Valid. We're also we're searching for all the spawners of that class, spawner AI. So we do have base AI spawner, base AI spawner. Just make sure it's the right one. Base. Yeah, base AI spawner. I just want to make sure I'm not actually using, it's just base AI spawner. I'm just making sure because I actually have like a zombie. I want to make sure I'm not using some like zombie spawner instead of AI, just the base. But it should be of type anyway. AI spawners. Yeah, it's just base AI spawner. So that should be say that it's valid. And then so we say this is valid. And like you said, we can go into our base AI spawner.
Maybe turn off the other print statement first, and then actually print from here. Otherwise, you're gonna get the mix.
Which one?
We just set up a print statement that's printing out a bunch of zeros right now, I think.
Oh, the zeros. Yes.
Yeah,
We
we
could
could
go
go.
into that.
Also,
HUD.
when you do the print statement, how easy is it just to add a little text before the 0, so you can tell what you're printing? I don't know how doable that is here for the in development only string ads.
You just do the same thing. You just do a
The
pen.
append? I guess. More bubbles. More bubbles.
More bubbles. Yes. That is the way of Unreal. So we'll take
Alright.
care of this guy here, right? You don't want this guy no more. Because clearly it's not added
Take
to
out
the
the
string.
append too. Don't forget the append.
Alright, you want me to kill the bubbles? The bubbles?
Yeah, you don't want that one. Doing the other one, just so you can see what you're doing.
That was in our spawner class. So what we're doing,
Yeah. See how you have like one spot where it actually adds, You got it?
I see the problem.
because you're never checking AI alive? I don't know. Can you tell me?
So, this spawner
Yeah?
is set to check AI, alive AIs.
Yeah,
It's going to set
0.
all AIs to 0. Again, one AI alive to false. And then it's getting all classes of base simple AI. we have now sent it to base zombie AI.
Oh, okay.
And then we're going to
Okay.
make child classes of, because it's object oriented, of base zombie AI.
So is base zombie AI a child class? Maybe that's, I don't know if that's the right
It's-
word, but a
no,
class
it's-
of base
it-
simple or no?
No, it's not. It's a
Ah,
completely
okay,
different
okay.
AI. And that was our
So it's
problem. But I was
okay.
doing things based off of that. So yeah, that's our problem there. So we go to the spotter. We're going to do this to FH base
Base zombie. FH base
zombie AI. And so that's just the base zombie class, and we would make difficult or different or boss zombies.
Or
So why it's erroring is you always have to update the for each loops of this. Even though it's in another array, it still doesn't like to use it. Even if it has all the same variables, it still doesn't like it. So I have to drag off here and do for each loop. And then I'm gonna have to figure out where all this stuff went. So click here, and then
okay. You got
this
it, bud.
goes here. This goes here.
Oh, you're redoing. So
This-
you already had a for each loop, but you're redoing the existing one. So, you have to,
Dead.
so whenever you add
Dead.
something new in like that, you just have to remake it, but you can make it exactly the same, delete the old one, no changes, but now it's gonna work.
Yeah, because it doesn't know that it's not gonna have any changes. It's
It
probably
looks like,
expecting that like some
yeah.
some of the things will change, and so yeah, it doesn't allow you to do that. Usually, it gets upset.
I think you got it though.
And so all the rest is after the for each loop, so it should be fine. Yeah.
Array element.
Array element, which
Sorry, I see in your new for each loop where it has array element going in two different places. But I didn't
one
see
is
that.
to check if it's valid or not, and if it is valid, it's going to see if it's dead.
Okay.
If it's not dead, it's going to add it to the all
And
alive.
that's every single zombie. It's gonna check if check if it's dead, and if not, add it to all alive,
Yeah.
and then that number's gonna climb up,
Yeah.
and we should get an actual thing out. Okay, cool. And you're saving a lot, by the way, right? I think I see that those are saves that keep
Yep.
coming across the screen.
Yep. Those are lots of saves. Lots of
Every
saves.
time you compile it, I guess it saves.
Yep.
Okay. All right.
Because I was going off of.
So it's 17. So the time is going up at real speed, right? But it's just so close to 6 o'clock that you were seeing it happen here. Enemy left is staying 0.
There you go.
Oh, it's going up. There you go. I probably couldn't even finish saying that. I didn't realize it was already going up. Sweet.
So now these
Should
are
go
all the
exactly
enemy.
20.
Yep.
And then stop. Oh. Ooh.
25.
Oh, it stops exactly at 25. That's interesting. That's got to mean something. You've got to have maybe some other code somewhere that's spawning enemies.
Yeah. So right now, the zombies don't chase us, and that's what the new code that we had just put in today. So yeah, my friend, like I said, wasn't around for the beginning because he was just getting all cleaned up after our nice hike.
I climbed the mountain.
You climbed that mountain. In here, our actual base code, its AI to add to next spawn is 5. So it's probably just adding that 5 off the hop.
Okay.
And so every new wave that comes, every new night that comes, it will add an additional 5. So the next time it will be 30, and the next time it will be 35. All the way to a max of apparently 61 randomly.
Oh, okay, I get
Look
it.
at 60.
Okay, so that's actually okay, guys. So every day is 5 more. You're starting at 20 plus 5, which is
Yeah.
25. So you could start at 15 if you actually wanted 20, but it doesn't matter. You can also just
Yeah.
start at 25.
Yeah,
Sure.
I was just taking a random number.
Yeah.
I didn't really think of anything
I
specific.
gotcha.
So the new code that we had entered while you were not here, just to try to get something set up, was I went to the base zombie and I took out the tick, just running the tick off it, and I switched it to a set timer, and so it's going to run every second for the zombie.
Okay.
Running every second right now. We're not doing any of this move 2 stuff. I went into the base zombie move, so every 1 second it's playing this. I'm getting the last position of the zombie, last known position of where I am right now for the zombie, right?
Okay.
I'm getting the game state, which holds the state of the current mode. I'm cycling through all players. Before it was just getting player 0.
Okay.
It just said player 0. You know what I mean?
Player array. Okay.
So I'm getting a player array, which holds an array of player states. So the state of all the players in the game. I'm saying, hey, for player state if for player state 0, if this is the first player in the array, the cat wants to, by the way.
The cat wants in?
Yeah, if you want to look at it.
Yeah, I got it. Okay,
And we'll just get back to this in a second. So, what I'm saying here is, if the array is equal to 0, so at the very first one, we're going to set the local variable. This is a local variable here, so it gets destroyed. It's only.
Just got home. Yeah, but go ahead.
Oh right, I have to make sure. Say drive safe, because she should be headed out soon here.
It's not like this name. That's not.
But yeah, so it's just this local variable's only here. It gets deleted afterwards. It's just a local variable. I'm setting the nearest length, and to get the nearest length, I'm getting my last position in the local actor's position and minusing them, and then getting the vector length of that.
So it's calculating the direction that the zombie needs to move based on some conditions that are not fully defined. What's the 0 condition there? The array index.
Array index, if it's
If
equal
it's
to
0.
0,
So
if that's true, I'm just setting it as the nearest length. I'm getting the actor's location, minusing my zombie's position from it, and setting that as its length. And then I'm also setting that specific element, that player state, as the closest player state. He's the closest
so
player.
what you're doing is you're going through the loop, and if it's the first guy, everyone's targeting that guy. If it's the second guy, it checks if it's closer than the existing target.
Well, this is on the zombie itself.
Okay.
So for this zombie specifically, it's checking what is the closest player to me.
Okay.
So if you have 20 zombies, one zombie might go to another player, and this zombie might go to this player because it's whatever the closest
gotcha.
player is.
It's just
And so yeah,
long and short.
that was the idea behind it. How I got the this actor minus position in length thing, because I'm not smart enough, was I actually did just like come off the player
You're
state
smart enough.
and say
you're the only
get
one that can understand these bubbles. You're a smart guy.
just get distance 2, right?
Yeah. Okay.
And so when I did get distance 2, it had a get distance or get nearest.
Yeah.
Get nearest. Maybe I had to do it from the actor itself. Let me see here.
It's actually just a function that does it for you.
Get nearest actor.
Oh, but that could be anything, right?
Yeah, well, it's just a nearest actor. It's getting the nearest actor, and it shows you here. That's what they're doing. It's looking through all the actors. It's getting that's the actor's location, minusing it from the actor that's looking through, using the length to get the nearest actor. When I try to use that method,
You're gonna get other zombies. They're gonna run at each other because they're actors. You'd have to get nearest the player.
yeah, and so that's why I'm doing
That's
get
what
the
you're
player.
making your own.
My
Yeah,
own
yeah,
off
or
this,
function.
right? Because even if I tried to do this and just give it the player states, like I said, get player from the player states, it actually doesn't like this because this is a read-only variable.
Oh.
So that's what this says. It's like you can't give me read-only variables. So I had to make my own anyway.
Okay, gotcha.
So yeah, that's how I'm doing this to say, hey, if it's greater than,
That works.
and then so yeah,
This is already working.
that's what I just noticed now is that my zombies are not walking to me. They don't care about me. They do not care about me. So I'd say get the player state, get its location, and that's the destination you should be moving to. So I'm going to print string,
Destination.
and I'm going to.
Probably the player number might be useful or something.
One of the other things I could actually do is I could still keep that print string, but I could do switch.
What?
So this is what I'm getting. So if it fails, I'm getting a failure. If the zombie is at the goal, failed.
So failing means it has no target.
Yeah, there's no target to
Goal
chase.
means it's there. Goal means it's there.
And we're gonna say
so
we're gonna
if-
say
Yeah.
set attack. Now we want to give the zombies an attack. We're
Yeah.
not attacking the player yet, right? And if
And
it's
for-
not already at the goal,
Do
then
variable. If it's already at the goal,
print-
do like the does it have a target number for the player array, or does it have
An
unit
acceptable
vector where it can
distance.
go or something? Like what's something you can print that would prove that it's actually coming towards the player? You know your
that's what I was gonna
variable.
do. This was just
Okay,
this
or
failed.
just print
but
something for now. Yeah, you just print hello.
Let's just print
No success.
success. But yeah, I could probably make something, but I was just doing it simply because I already had this here, and we're gonna probably need this to set up an attack. And I told you guys I might be swapping this out because again, a lot of the times I just wanted to do over base with you, but then we're gonna get a more professionally done version, and so smart. And so
I am
smart AI is a product from somebody else which has AI that's ranged,
Yeah.
melee,
Oh, well.
zombies, can hop over walls, can also climb at specific points and do a bunch of other stuff. And again, we could just look into their code, but I wanted to show what the base version of this was first before we use somebody else.
Did you get that on a free month? You paid big monies.
I don't think it was that expensive when I got it. I think I got it on a
Okay.
sale.
Okay, nice.
But yes. So, we're going to hit play and see if it works. Or what it should say fail, right? Valid?
Well, only after they spawn, and then yeah, we should see maybe success going in the wrong direction is my prediction. I bet we're going to see success, but they're just not going to be doing anything. I'm guessing. How come they take so long to print? Nothing.
So they're just not getting success. So,
But they're
it's
not gonna
actually
failure either?
not completing this. So we're getting zombie move. Is my thing not typed right? Are we even getting this method firing
So
actually?
actually, yeah, check that first. But I'm wondering if player array is not really the player array. Is that possible?
Hello. We also want to kind of go back to a couple things here, like maybe in here.
But that wouldn't matter because even if it was an array of 0 or 50, even if it was the wrong thing, it should still complete the for loop, right?
Yeah.
The for loop.
So I just want
Yes, it has to
to
have a
kill this couple of these print strings. 'Cause
Yeah.
if we forget about
yeah.
now, then we have like 300 print strings that we
you
don't know where they
control- Can you
are.
find all your print screens, print strings, or
I-
trace them back somehow?
I don't know how to do that now.
That could be very important. Yeah. For me, in PowerShell, you can print strings without writing write host. You can literally just write the name of your variable, and it counts as printing it. But I never do it that way because you can't find it at the end. Because you can't control F what you're printing. You can only control F write host if you're going to find it. Anyways, I don't know how you do it in this, but
There's probably a better way of doing
Yeah,
it, but
there's
it's just the
gonna be
way
some
I've
way.
always done it, just because I'm like, it's just quick and
look at that
simple.
light.
Yeah, I just threw a point light in
Walk
there.
into the light there.
The light. Oh, just a point light here.
Whoa, eh?
Yeah. So that's what you'd put like a light bulb at the top of the roof, and you put that light in there. Oh, it's not printing. So did I misspell something?
Base
Event
zombie
grid.
mode.
Set
Function,
timer.
event tick. Base zombie mode. See that over there? Does that have to be checked off or anything, or no? Just gonna run.
Well, we can check out the.
Zombie move. Is every zombies base zombie move gonna run though?
It should.
It should.
Yeah. So we should have a bunch of LOs. Like
So
maybe
that's
one for
actually
each
in
one.
that's actually in the base zombie class.
So like what we have here, as you see before.
Set timer by function name. Though? Is that what you want to do?
Yeah.
If you go back here, it's set timer by function name. That's how you run a function. It's not the.
I just copied and pasted. Yeah.
Is there another way to do it?
Set timer by event. Set timer.
But you want to set timer. Why do you have to set timer? You don't want to just like run function or something. I don't know what it would be, but you understand what I'm saying, right? I don't understand the set timer part.
It's just you're creating a timer,
What was
to tick. So then I
Yeah.
could stop the timer, change the timer, increase the
Can
timer.
we look at the function that we're doing right now, where the for
We could
getting-
just
for
run it
getting the
on
waves?
tick.
You know what I mean? We were just getting we were getting waves in another class. Can we look at how that's done? Or unless you know a way to do it, then just go for it.
Yeah, the waves. I created the waves myself as well.
Yeah, but I remember there was something they called it, and it was purple colored. I don't know what the purple means, but it looked different.
Waves for which here?
There was the thing that calculates the waves, and you were calling that function somehow.
Oh, and that wasn't here.
What a bonanza. Check time of day.
When I spawned the wave here, right?
No, you had a thing that was actually checking the number for your you know how you're doing the printout? The printout's getting a number from somewhere, but there's actually a function that's changing that number by going through a for each loop of your total number of zombies alive.
Oh,
That doesn't
zombie
mean that you're
delays.
actually running that for each loop. You're only running it at a certain
This
point.
refresh.
The refresh.
This is still running off every tick.
Get AI alive.
We could still, like I said, I was just about to do that. We could do it off
Oh.
every tick for right now.
But okay, so that one there refreshes is actually a built-in method. Refresh is an Unreal method.
No.
No. Okay.
So it's saying if there's no zombies,
Yeah.
every tick of the computer power, every like little millisecond tick, so way faster than the eye can see. It's like every little tick, it's refreshing the UI.
But did you type in the word refresh?
It's
Or
just
did
it's
you
just
make that up, or is that an Unreal?
so yeah. You just do what you do is you do custom event,
Okay. But
and you call it Bilbo. Right,
Literally
event.
called
So
Bilbo. Bilbo is
yeah,
a new bubble.
it's a Bilbo,
Okay.
and then now I got this blue bubble.
Okay, so here's my question then. So that looks like the more correct way to do it, to call Bilbo. Why are you calling set event? That's the name of the method, the set event timer or whatever it is?
So set event timer.
Let me see. Go back to the other one that's actually running set event timer.
Oh right. Right.
Is that making sense? Like, it looks like it should just run on function, but it looks like set
I
event
wanted
timer.
I wanted set event timer on begin play. So when the game starts playing, I'm going to set this event timer, and whenever this event timer should go every second.
Ah, okay. So you don't want that to go every tick. Just at the start, it starts up, and then that function there actually runs the base zombie move function now on a timer.
Yeah, instead of on the tick.
Okay, that's interesting.
And sometimes, like if you want, you can offset your timers by doing like this one's at 0.9, and this one's at so they
so
just
they
like
can
not.
refresh more often. It can optimize your game that way. Okay.
Yeah, and it's that way. If one's at 0.9 and one's at 1.1, there's just a chance that they're not all running at the exact same second. You know what I mean? They or the same millisecond. They're all running offset of each other.
So that's part of the zombie class, and each of them has their own timer.
Yes.
Okay.
And so each of them will have their own decision making and everything like that. We could try this, but I don't know if this will work.
You got any predictions? What are your predictions?
For some reason, my prediction is not going to work because we just had it on event tick. It should have been just going crazy. It should have been tons of timers created.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Should have
Why
been
did
setting
it,
timers.
It didn't work at all though. We
Yeah.
didn't have epic span.
Oh,
Hello success. What was the hello though? Hello was I don't remember even making a hello. I thought we had fails.
we just
something success.
made hello.
That's for the method running? That's a lot of success, but they're not moving though. That's actually almost worse. Oh wait, no. I think it's good now. They're probably coming at you. Are they coming? It's so
Like the-
dark.
Yeah, it's so dark.
Where's your
Maybe-
flashlight, Dan? You know you're fighting after 6 o'clock?
Yeah, we do it all our fighting in the dark because it's a zombie game.
Yeah,
but
flashlight. That's.
the flashlight.
Oh, that reminds me. How's your phone battery? I have to charge my flashlight.
Oh yeah, we could plug
Hey,
it.
Sloppy, what are you up at though?
I was actually plugging my phone in because my phone's not plugged into the actual charger, Mike. The charger's here. I have my phone plugged into the computer so we could get our climbing videos up there. Yeah, so that was the problem. It didn't like getting set in the tick. Which makes sense. This is the hello that we're doing. I'll show him that there. Yeah, I can actually keep that in just for now so I can show him that in a second. He just ran away to go get something charged. Let's go get a light. Lights. Point lights.
Alright. I am back. But yeah, I was trying to look around with it before and it kept shutting off accidentally. That reminded me when we got to talking about the flashlight in the game. It's just over here. Oh wait, no. Let's plug into your phone.
Huh? Well, this one here.
Ah.
The phone's plugged into the computer, fresh cord, because we're gonna
To
upload
transfer
it.
the vids, you got
Yeah.
it, buddy.
Well, I haven't got a chance to transfer the vids yet.
Oh, what's happening tonight, my friend? So I'll keep you up a little. Actually, you know what? I picked on you last night. Okay. All right. Well, I think
People
it's-
on the stream were like, "What is going on here?"
Sorry, no, it's not what you're thinking, guys. Get the prep.
Prep. All right. So we're gonna quickly look here. So this is where I had added the LO, just to see if the function was working.
Yeah, that's right. You can
But
take
the
it out.
function,
Okay.
clearly wasn't working because I guess it doesn't want to be set in the every tick. It's like, no, I'm a timer. I'm not getting set every tick. Nope, not a thing.
But anyway,
And so this is where it's getting success.
Yeah.
So our guys should be moving. They
Are
should
they
be
moving?
moving.
I couldn't tell.
We couldn't tell because it's too dark. So what I did while you were gone
Flashlight.
is I threw
Lights
lights in there.
spotlight. I want a flashlight, man. You need flashlights to fight darkness on this. But we'll
We-
start with this. Let's check. Let's
We'll-
check out
yeah,
their
we'll
work.
start with this. We'll get a flashlight.
Flashlight can come later. But yes. Back in Killing Floor,
Yeah.
I love going into the basement in the London level. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
There was that route down there, and whenever we got overwhelmed, we would break the back door into the basement and fight through the zombies in the dark. It wasn't the smartest strategy, but it was great fun.
So now we got lots of successes here. And the successes are going to get a little crazy because every zombie
L25 has one every single tick, I think.
every single second,
Okay.
one has they have a success or a fail.
Okay, so every second it's actually checking to find the closest player.
Yeah, they should be.
Oh, that one's going somewhere. He's moving, but not towards you. He's about to walk into the light. Oh, there's another one there. See, they're not going towards you, though. They're going towards something else.
They went to my last known location,
You're starting
and I'm
location.
not updating it.
Ah. Yeah, I
Ah.
guess. Okay.
So success is working. Let's just not print
Progress.
that craziness.
Making progress.
This is too much printing. We'll take that out.
Yeah.
So we know that's moving, and we know that success is
You're gonna
good.
leave the
But
other two on? Dan,
this
hold on.
here, so
If
we're
you're-
taking. It says
Let me
get.
interrupt. If you're gonna leave the other two print strings on, you should make it so you know where they're coming from, so you don't magically get fails later on and not remember where you left your print screens. Do the append thing and do like zombie, like name it something like put something like the zombie moved to location failed.
Okay.
Zombie moved to location failed. Oh, you don't even need an append. You can just put it in text.
Yeah.
That's right. Just make the string longer. Because trust me, you're gonna have if later on something happens, you're gonna be like, what has failed? Why has failed? Where is that coming from? And it will never make any sense.
And I have done that for a lot of my other actual print strings that
Yeah.
I have done that.
Zombie move to location, set attack. And then you'll be able to at least find where it is. And maybe eventually we can figure out a way to find how to find print screens. Print strings. But in the meantime, that should help a lot. Should avoid
So actually,
yeah.
I am actually confused here. So on the event, like so on begin play, we're saying every 0.9 seconds we want the zombies. So almost every second, more often than every second, we want the zombies. We can actually do like 0.95 actually to make it really odd. More often than every second, we want the zombies to be doing their zombie moving. And we have the timer set to a variable, so if we need to alter anything with to do with this timer and how often this method fires, we can. Fire this thing. And in that, we are setting the last known location of our zombie.
Really?
Yes.
Oh yeah, because it's self. It's a self set.
It's self-set. So the zombie's self-set is getting updated every second. Then we're going through each of the players and checking
Last position. That's the zombie's
the
own last
current,
position.
yeah, this is zombie's own last position, and the current player's location.
Wait, what's the what? So when you get the player, you're looping through the players, right?
Yeah.
So the array elements get actor location, return value. That's what it is, right? That's where you're actually getting the location. It's not the last known location. It's the actual current location then.
It's the current location of the player.
Go back
Odd.
up. Go, let's go from the top again. Go to the left. I want to see. So first of all, character movement. What is that?
Character movement is this character's movement, the zombie's movement.
The zombie's own movement.
Yes.
So character movement is the target. So it returns the velocity and sets that as the last position.
Oh, I could get the position. That's where we're getting it probably. I must have just typed that last. Where was I getting? Because I did this as a copy from
There's something else that has an interesting location somewhere.
event graph
Yeah.
something. And so I didn't delete it, but I think I took it from whatever he was doing here.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And I just took it from that. And I didn't think much about it. But yeah, now you're telling me, nah, it feels stupid. Yeah.
It's like, I was gonna say velocity.
This is a great reason why it's fun to code in groups and you
Yeah,
understand
it's
this.
fun to have someone over your shoulder.
So I don't even need character movement.
Oh,
we don't
yeah,
even
it
need
doesn't
this.
Sound like you need it all, yeah.
Yeah, we just
or
get
set it all?
position.
Yeah.
So we just go to, we're going to
Yeah,
take
yeah.
our character mesh, or we
Yeah.
can take our zombie ourselves, so we can even get reference. Get a reference to ourself, and as ourself, as a character, we have
It's a built-in. It's like
a
it's,
built-in kind of
you've inherited
location.
Alright, cool. That's not too bad. Self-location.
Yeah,
What do you get? I don't know.
yeah. So we get actor,
Oh, yeah.
get actor location.
Okay, nice.
As because we are an
Okay.
actor,
And
and
you-
we get our actor location, and we can set that.
Okay, so
From
you're setting.
ourselves.
So my question is, so hold on. Out of curiosity, though, why do you have to set last position? Because you're gonna remember it from earlier. So why don't you just check the action and see if that's closest to the player? I mean, last position is not the worst thing in the world.
So it's
but
right here. We could just we
You
could
can literally just move those two down to the later last position and get rid of the entire opener there, basically.
Yeah, I just thought it would be nice to save it.
Okay.
Yeah,
You're
I don't know
allowed.
if you don't.
You're allowed, but it could be confusing later when you're trying to figure out what last
Okay.
position is.
Yeah, sure. Look, it's the last position, right? It's the last known
I
position.
thought it was the player last position. But
All right, we'll get this here.
yeah, Mike Logic. Here we go. But
Set
yeah, get
this
rid of the
here.
beginning. Yeah,
Yeah.
get rid of the set and go straight into.
I want to get rid of
execute.
this then here too.
Yeah, and that can go. I'm thinking of like more efficient ways to go. Not faster, but literally just less.
Less bubbles.
Clutter, less clutter is the word I'm looking for.
Mike doesn't like bubbles. Bubbles
Yeah, too many
everywhere.
bubbles. It's like the fish from Finding Nemo in here.
So we got our location. We take it from that location. We're gonna be setting it. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. So we fixed the problem that we were running into, right? And now
No, the zombies are all still going to the start location. They're not going to the player's location.
oh, right.
That was
The
the actual
player's
problem.
location.
So if you want to use the location, you could use it as the last known location of the player, but could we also just take the player location and set that as the target location? Like nothing to do with any special variables, just literally wherever
Oh,
you're-
we might have fixed it
Yeah.
because we were taking the velocity and minusing it from the actor's location and seeing what was the closest.
Hold on, so you're figuring out the closest player. I think that's already correct. I think you already have the current player, right?
Okay.
You can print that out too, right? You can see the
Well, I guess it would have just it didn't matter. Yeah,
No,
that's
no,
just setting the closest
But so,
player.
yeah, for movable to location, you're setting the destination as get actor location, closest player state. That value there is probably wrong. It's probably the start zone of the player, right? Closest player state. What's that? Can we look further into that? Where are you getting it?
Closest player state is just the player state that we're getting from when it goes through all the players. But you're right. Right now, even though we had that weird thing and we were getting the velocity,
Yeah.
it didn't matter. Because when it went through everything, there's only one player right now. We don't have other players. So they're all going to just win on me anyway. Didn't really matter. As long as because we were player 0,
Mhm.
we were going to be set as the player anyway. Didn't matter.
You know what is possible though?
What?
It's possible that it is not going through any loop at all, and it's jumping to completed. Is that possible?
Could.
Anyway. Yeah. Can we print what player we're actually targeting?
player we're targeting?
Yeah.
Like we could
In terms of number of array, you know what I mean? Like we're targeting 0 or 1 or 2. If it says 0, then we know we're at least targeting player 0.
So what I could do is I could make a local a number here, a local. So I hit plus here and just make a local integer.
Yeah.
Index,
Okay.
and we could hit Alt drag. You could just drag and then get the getter set. But I push Alt and drag as a set off up,
Okay.
and we can get this index and set this here.
Okay, so in the event that we actually like player we're on, we set it,
And so, on completion, we can
print it out as we go into the move to location. We'll say which one we're actually
print string. We say we do an append because you
Yeah.
want an append,
Yes.
and you could say we could control drag, or this is
Yeah.
player state index value
Okay. I'm going to recommend one more thing right after this.
for zombie,
If I'm following along properly.
and then we could colon that, and then we could just drag that in here,
Oh, okay, gotcha.
and then it's going to print
Okay.
that plus that.
One more thing though. I think that just before you start looping through the player array, you should set index to -1, or something to know that we haven't made it into the array, that it's not some default 0 or something throwing us off. And then if you see -1,
So I could print something here.
yeah,
I
right
guess.
there. But specifically set the index. Set
I
index.
don't think I can set index.
Yes, you can. Well, you just did. You said it at the end, right?
I said, set this index.
Set literal index, the value index to -1, and that way, if you see -1 come up, you know that the zombies aren't finding anyone. They're jumping straight to completed, or for some reason it's just not working. You don't even have to print it. Just set it to -1.
-1, because it would be printing later on, right?
Yeah, it's gonna print later on, but it's not index that's gonna print. Well, actually, yeah, it is index. It's gonna print.
Index is
gonna
gonna print here.
Why do you need that print up there though? Just tell them.
Oh, I don't need that print. You
Yeah,
don't
you
want
don't
that.
need
Here.
Here.
So we just throw this down here.
Nice.
There we go.
Okay, that makes sense though, right? I do something like this in a lot of loops. You set it to an off value first, so
Okay.
that it can work from there.
I just assumed Unreal would always, no matter what, go through the loop. And once the loop is completed, it would.
So I think that it's possible that it's looping through 0 objects though. It would go through the loop of 0, go straight to completed, not really set anything, not really do anything, and just start running.
I never thought about that. Yeah, cool. That's good to know. That's a good logic thinking, I guess.
I mean, that's the way it would work in PowerShell at least. If I went through a for each loop and there was 0 things in the array, it would jump effectively. Cat again, eh?
It's an evil cat. We don't let that one in.
Aww. I call that one nice cat. Player state index value is 0 though, and we're setting it to -1. It's forcing itself to 0, so we know that it is getting set to 0. That's good though.
Yeah.
But that throws me off a little bit though. We have to look at how they're deciding to move somewhere. Why are you doing that?
Hey,
What's over here?
hey, buddy.
Can you still shoot them, by the way? That was weird.
He goes.
The tracing's working. You have to aim a little to the right to actually make the shot.
Yeah.
You actually get it.
All right. So yeah.
Oh.
So we know it's set to 0, and then
Hey,
we're
left
getting.
cannon?
No.
No.
Zero cat.
Not that one. It goes
Um.
upstairs, okay.
So yeah, we're getting the actual location of the chosen player states. I guess we gotta just see where this location is, if it's changing or what. Or obviously it's not changing. It's probably just gonna be 0-0.
So hold on. So closest player state. Can we go over this one more time, Dan? Closest player state. You're getting actor location, but shouldn't that be an actual actor? That's the target. Shouldn't it be get player or something? Alright, Dan.
I thought get actual location would get the.
The location of the target actor, which in this case is closest player state, but is closest player state an actual player actor? Or is it like a location? Wait a minute, that's not even the target though, right? That's being pumped into something else.
I'm
Oh, yeah,
going
that is the destination.
going to double check and do something along here. So, as the player state, which has whatever player it is, I'm going to get its controller, and from its controller, I'm going to get whatever pawn it's controlling, and from that pawn, I'm going to get its actor location.
Okay.
So what, again, to just quickly go over this for you who don't use Unreal Engine every day, and I'll do that by going somewhere else quickly, right here. Every world has base setups, so you have your game mode, which controls everything that's happening in the game, your pod class, which is the default pod, so if you're not in a vehicle or if you're not in something else, it's your character that runs around. You have a controller that that pod is being controlled. All the functions, like if you're moving or whatever, would be controlled by the controller. You have a game state, which controls all the things that are like score. If you're doing a shooter, would be in the game state. And then you have a player state if the player's alive, dead, stuff like that would be set there, and then be replicated for everybody. So the player state would have the player controller, which would have the game pod, which would have the game pod actor.
Okay.
What we can do though is I do want to print this out.
The actual value of the destination value?
Yes. Or something. Like we want to know if it's just staying at 00000, right?
Yeah, you're right. Actually, that would be interesting to see. Something feels off to me though. What's closest player state? Where are you getting at? This is just a variable that you made. It could be anything.
Player state is
that,
from the player array, so it should be sifting through all the players, right?
But where are you setting player state?
Player state
At the
right
end?
here, and it's coming off the array of players.
So it's actually the array element.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
and
array of all players. So you get the game state. The game state's checking for all players in the game. And once it gets all players in the game, I'm asking for whatever the current player state is from the index. So it's always going to be 0 because there's only one player in the game right now. And so we're getting that player state.
But it's not the but you're actually getting the array element. So you're actually getting the actual object. Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
And see here, the CD.
Yeah, this one. Yeah, I was gonna say this one's throwing me off a bit because it feels
normally
like
I tried get player. Look at player. The only get player that we have here is take an array of players.
Well, we actually could. You want to know how?
How?
We have an index now. You could technically loop through them and say if it's a messy way to do it, but it would at least get you the same variable type that we're working with. But also you shouldn't have to, so it's up to you. You can get rid of that print statement you got.
This one here?
Yeah.
I thought we were gonna print the location and just change this to be like player.
Do you?
Lock. Location. Location.
Index value is always going to
Value?
But, just play location, whatever.
Player location.
Sorry, I was just
For zombies, so we know where it is.
Okay,
It's
sure.
in the zombie class. And we'll take this and we'll throw this in here.
Hold on, I'm gonna go confused. You have a okay. But that's
Favorite, we'll see.
I'm so
We'll see.
confused right now. The yellow's going backwards into the destination.
Oh, it's a split.
Oh, there we go.
It's a split. Making me save every time. When you move it, no, you have to save it.
Can tell where the lines are going, man.
That's clean code. It's just like that's how you get clean code in this. Is just
So are we actually putting the location now then?
Yep, location. Yep.
I lost you a little bit, but I guess
We're gonna do like little wiggles. We're gonna see if we get that number to
see
change.
the numbers, if there are changes or if it's the same for everyone.
Ooh, that number is definitely changing. The height is not changing. No, the height's changing. Number is definitely changing. We are getting the pod location. Definitely get the player location. It doesn't look like. Oh wait.
Where's everybody?
X, right? And we go right X. Yeah, that's definitely right.
Wanna go home, see if the zombies are all still running into the home zone? Is that one there? Oh, there's
Oh.
one. Hey, what? How is it suddenly working now? He's doing it. Once a second, he's turning at you. It suddenly started working, but all we did was print statements as far as I remember.
Nope. We changed one thing.
What's that?
We changed it
Yeah,
from
the
the
big thing.
player state,
Alright, gotcha.
right? We had originally
You
just
connected
this.
the whole way. Don't do that. Put it back.
Yeah. So we had
Yeah.
this going on,
Yeah.
and I think it was trying to get because
Yeah.
technically it's the
The
way it
player
works.
state
Is
doesn't actually. I understand. Don't worry. The object, the player state, doesn't actually have a location. It's
Yes.
the actor. You have to get the actor of the player state and get its location.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
That was. I had no idea, but
I just remembered that it's all object oriented for
But
anybody who out
yeah.
there who knows
But
programming.
That's why I was
So
bugging
this
you about
is-
what this is, about what closest player state is, because it's very important. Okay.
Closest player state again is as it's a player state,
Yeah.
but I guess that's the question I didn't understand that you were asking.
Yeah.
Is yes, in the end it is an object and it is an actor because everything inherits from the actor class, right?
Okay.
In the end of the day. Pretty much the way everything is in Unreal is everything because it's driven in C++, which is object oriented. Everything inherits from object, and actor is one of the main things that everything inherits from. So I believe that player state is an actor because I think Unreal Engine, instead of just inheriting from object, which all C++ classes inherit from, Unreal Engine wanted to have a base actor and then everything inherits from in this.
Gotcha.
So yes, we're looking for the actor location of the player state, which doesn't have a location,
Oh, you
which
take
would
up
be
the-
0.
I guess you could take up the print line.
Yeah, I guess we could. So we have them chasing us down now.
Nice. Sweet.
And now, so that's all complete. We could probably move this back too, so we don't have lines going in stuff.
Okay.
I don't like that. I like to try to keep it a little bit neater than that. I'll move this self maybe somewhere like there. And move these guys closer here. This is really fun to code with somebody, even though if they don't know, they're not experts. Again, I probably got the same thing with your PowerShell, right?
Yeah.
Where you're
But it
just
still
like,
helps. It helps to have someone there just to
Yeah.
check you for when you get into like a spiral of something completely wrong.
yeah. And yeah, you have good logic and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So I think the fun thing about this now is
Well,
we wanted
I was
to.
thinking more about myself, by the way. I was going on some weird trains.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, sorry, go ahead.
Sorry, I just remembered. So now we want to make sure we can attack. That's the big thing here.
Give the
And you
zombies-
might want to know, okay, what did I might miss with
It
this
is-
T-posing? Because that's what...
It is 10:56 though, but go on.
it's 10:56. Stream's almost over.
I want to see those climbing vids, but
I know.
but this has been the most I've understood the bubbles so far today. So that's nice.
Yeah, it should be the zombie class. What I did switch here is over here in the right, we originally just had a damage thing, and I divided them into their own individual thing because I just called the method 3 times and taken the different damage. And in damage,
Okay.
I switched it from just being dead to I gave it health. Yeah.
Okay, that's fine.
So like we're doing health. I added health to our zombies.
So the zombies, they can die.
So they
But
can.
they don't dish. They take
So if they don't die,
Mhm.
right? I was doing a hit reaction, and for some reason this additive hit reaction is not is causing a T-pose.
Oh.
So
Okay,
we
that's-
could do
That's beyond my understanding,
hit
but,
reaction.
this is actually going to make them flinch. Can you make them? I mean, you don't have to do it immediately tonight.
So
But I think it'd be great if they also stopped walking when they did the reaction.
what I did do is I did make this hit reaction montage.
Yeah.
I think if I play a montage, play
You get
animation.
really strong, really fast.
A montage is like just like a quick little script, like an animation script. But I try and play the animation, and when I played the animation, it like I guess it screwed with the animation blueprint, which is a whole other thing to try to teach you. Animations are another beast. Animations are also done by like people who do movies and stuff like that.
Okay.
So some people use Unreal Engine just for movies, which is you know what I mean. So
Fuckers?
like The Mandalorian, which is a TV series, is just done in Unreal Engine.
Really?
Yes, which is a big Star Wars TV series.
But
All
it's,
done
not,
in
it's
Unreal
also
Engine.
live action, I guess. If it's the one I'm thinking.
There's some live action, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but a lot of it's done in Unreal Engine, and again, so they're doing a lot of animations with the
We're
animation
definitely
thing.
thinking of different things. We'll find out which of us is. Okay.
This should stop it from. I said do flinch animation.
It was just a string. Dan, your strings. Oh, actually, no. I guess you could sort of find this one later.
Yeah, I could.
Yeah.
I'll take that out though. Like you're right, and I haven't printed another sprint here too.
Oh god.
Strings everywhere. Oh my god, you're right.
Strings
Just take
everywhere.
over. So we know they're doing damage now. We know this is working.
Go back just a second. You didn't erase anything else by accident there, did you?
Don't think so.
With the print string? Nothing else died with it?
Nope.
You're sure? Okay.
Because there would be more disconnections somewhere,
Okay.
and this is just to make sure the health is not less than 0.
Okay.
So there's nothing else. There would be some sort of disconnect.
Okay.
We
As
can
long
bring this
as,
tight.
as long as the bubbles speak to you.
The bubbles speak to me in bad languages. What's bad voodoo magic? Okay, we'll compile, we'll save. So we should be able to kill the zombies. They should be able to do a hit animation now,
Okay.
but they might T-pose-ish while they're getting hit. Because I have to, that's why I did animation, because it's an additive animation. So I was hoping that it would just add that to whatever they were doing. You know what I mean? Like that animation to whatever they're doing. And
Here's the rifle. Does it work?
rifle will not work. We have not
Okay,
set up
well,
the rifle. I gotta take pills.
Okay.
So the rifle is actually just taking the pistol and put it in the rifle spot.
Okay, and it's holding where it's shooting sideways. Okay, don't worry about it. We'll put it away. Let's see if it's pistol. We'll get some shots in. That's interesting. I thought it was more streamlined to just work on the box.
What I'm using here is the advanced locomotion system because I really like the locomotion.
Yeah,
Like I said, that's the.
It works really well to move it around.
Look at that! Look at that! It just,
They're
oh,
all-
it like
Take some shots.
you can also like
Just
ragdoll
ragdoll? That's
Yeah.
the best.
and like you can climb out of the
Oh,
box.
sweet. Oh, they fail when you go up there, though, eh?
Yeah,
I'm
because
glad
I
you left
can't
those
reach
ones
me.
on.
So yeah, well,
You got
we
side
gotta-
to
oh.
the right. There you go. T-poses.
it's staying in T-pose. I gotta find a better way to do my montage.
But he just drops to the floor. They lose they shouldn't lose their hitbox, their collision. Okay, nice. So that's the proof that they should be attacked.
And again, that will probably be some sort of montage. So we'll be looking over that for our next video.
Oh, it's good progress though. We got zombies chasing us.
Yep, I didn't just see the stream, and Mike was awesome.
No,
We will be back on Tuesday, joking around, but we will be just throwing in the smart AI. It's a done thing, and but we'll be adding a lot of stuff. It's gonna have a way better AI. It says we already have this project created, but yeah, and in there we're obviously gonna have the proper, or not the proper, one of the better ways to do montages and hitting and attacking and stuff like that.
T-poses.
With T-poses with good refresh rate, you know what I mean,
Gotcha.
and low on performance.
Okay.
Because these guys are like some of the guys with the code. That's a big thing they strive for is making sure that it is built for high multiplayer, good performance kind of things. You know what I mean?
Sweet.